Welcome to the channel of A Queen Divine, where messages get delivered right on time. Hey guys, I hope everything is fine with y'all. I wanted to let y'all know, I know it's been a while that I haven't been on here, but my reasoning for it is because I've been going through my spiritual awakening journey. For those of you who don't know, my spiritual awakening journey started back in November, and as these months been adding up, so much has been going on. In future videos, I may actually make part of how and what went on in my spiritual awakening journey. Okay, so by the title today, I wanted to talk about how individuals play themselves out of a genuine, loving, real person. Okay, so I'm sure we all have ships, friendships, family ships, relationships. And a lot of times while we're in them, we don't notice that they all have some type of power dynamic depending on what role you play in those ships. For instance, say you are the type of person who, fight for your ships. And I don't mean physically, I mean in a way of, if you notice that your friend is acting a certain way, different, weird. Well, if you're an empath like me, you notice certain things like that. But you notice your friend acting different or weird or whatever. So you the type of person who is going to try to get to the bottom of it. You want to get an understanding, you want to communicate and figure out basically what went wrong, what happened, And some people take that as chasing, and it might be chasing, but you get the point. So you have been this person in your ships. You're always that person who wants to acknowledge certain things, who want to get an understanding. And you don't know it, but that's energy being given. Energy is being given, And the other person is more than likely, if this is an unhealthy ship, then the other person is more likely you being how you are and being your caring, nurturing, communicative self, is for some reason it feeds their ego, and you don't notice it while you're in the ships. You don't notice it. And so while you're being a genuine, caring, communicative friend, they're taking it as you're chasing them. They're taking it as basically you're pressed, and they'll never say that. But you're basically genuine, and they've turned the whole thing into, it's a game to them. It's a game to them. And so you've been in these ships. The power dynamic has been going on for a long time before you caught on. And so when they would do weird stuff, you would call, you would pull up, you would check in, you would overplay your part in the friendship, in the ship period. You will overplay your part, and at the moment you don't know you're overplaying your part because you're just genuine, you just care or whatever. And so the other times before, when these power dynamics would happen, you would be the one to chase. You would be the one to put in all the effort while they lacked in the ship, right? And after a while, they become accustomed to your behavior. They got your reactions and everything down to a T. Must I mind you, this is you. You're being genuine, but that genuinity has turned into a game to them. And why? I'm gonna tell you why it has become a game to them later on in the video. But they get used to that. They do something weird. They make you feel like shit. They just do something fake, and whether you fall back for a little bit, you eventually come back. You eventually call checking in. You eventually be the bigger person and try to get to the bottom of it and rekindle, whatever was broken. And they get used to that. They end up getting used to not putting in no effort. They get used to that. And so that's how it happens every time. Every time. You don't even notice how much it's it's a constant thing that happens all the time. Every time it happens the same way, literally. Okay, so eventually you get to a point where somewhere down the line you end up picking up on it. You end up noticing like, they're not putting in no effort. I'm putting all my energy and effort into these ships. I'm not getting no effort back whatsoever. And so at this point, when you realize this, it's more than likely at a point where they're acting weird, and you probably about to text and probably about to call, and then something just tells you like, why would you be the one doing that when you're being a real friend, And so instead of reaching out, checking in, texting, instead of reaching out, calling, and texting, you decide, I'm going to take a step back. You're going to take a step back. And so while you taking a step back, the other people involved in these ships are on their end thinking, oh, he'll be back. She'll be back. She'll call. She'll text. How she always does. How he always do. And so they're just doing them, living their best life, really care less about you, because in the back of their mind, they know eventually you're going to be back. Right? So they're living their best life doing them, knowing you coming back, and you don't. And after a while, they notice, damn, it's been a couple months, couple weeks since I heard from such and such. And they wonder real quick, but then their ego pops up and their ego says, no, I'm not about to kiss her. I'm not about to kiss her ass. I'm not about to kiss his ass. Right? And the reason it has become a game to them is because these are low vibrational people who has never, ever been presented with something so real. These are individuals who have never, ever knew what real love felt like. So when you showed them that love, when you showed them that support, when you was being the real genuine person that you are, because they were not used to that, in the back of their mind, they assumed, she got to be up to something. He's sneaky. Something got to be going on. Something ain't right. This is what they assume. And this is why all along they were literally purposely being weird to you. They were purposely being fake. They were purposely being how they be, however that is for you. But they were doing that on purpose, knowing how you would react, and they was enjoying that. That was feeding their ego. Okay, so this time around, you say, I'm not about to call, I'm not about to text. I'm about to just, choose me. I'm just about to do me. I'm just about to be on my own type of time, But on their point of view, they're thinking you want them to kiss your ass. This is why you're not reaching out how you normally do. Whole time you decide to take time out and just sit with yourself because that would be best, rather than going to go run towards some whole other fake people. Why not just sit with yourself? Because, and while you're sitting with yourself, while you're sitting with yourself, you come to the terms of an understanding that you got questions. Now you have questions that need answers on your own behalf. And you start noticing these people they intentionally make you feel certain ways. They intentionally do you got the whole plan and scheme. You have it in reps now. You get it. You understand everything that they was saying to you. They was projecting their insecurities onto you. Everything that the way how they was trying to make you feel unworthy, that's because they felt unworthy. They were literally using you, your sweet, genuine self. They were using you to make themselves feel better. They were pulling you down and making you chase them and making you feel like shit, because that is how they felt about themselves, right? And so you come to this conclusion and you understand, you start to notice all situations from a whole nother perspective, and you just know everything, how everything was planned. You just know it, right? And so you come to the terms like, oh yeah, I'm cool. You're really cool now. You're really cool on these ships. So they still over there assuming that you just want them to kiss your ass. You will be back. Not knowing that you already came to the terms with yourself that you gonna let them fake ass friends they always trying to put above you, you gonna let them fake ass friends have them. Not even knowing that you about to let that bottom of the barrel ass female that they decided to put above you, you about to let them have them. Because one thing about it is, when God put somebody good, real, genuine in your life, and you deceive them, and you get on some weird shit, and you think you about to go live a happy, stable, peaceful life somewhere else, no, not even understanding that person that God put in your life was your blessing. That was your whole blessing, literally. And once you fuck up a blessing that God sent you, once you toy around with something good, real, and genuine that God has put in your hand, in your palm, and you deceive, betray, get on some sneaky, snaky, slimy shit with them, the minute that they cut that tie with you is the minute all your karma is about to beat your ass. Literally. You have to understand that these people, they're not just doing this, they're doing it because it's a game to them, but they're benefiting from doing this. They're getting your energy, and spiritually speaking, they make you feel worthless, and they make you feel these type of ways because they feel these type of ways about themselves, but they see the power in you. They see it. They know that you are something different. And instead of accepting you being a blessing, they want to make you feel a certain way. They want to try to humble you. They want to try to play with you. They play with you. But yeah, so let's get back to this. And so they thinking you be back. You be back. It's time going on and on. It's been 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, 7 months. These people was also in the back of their mind thinking that when you do come back, or when they do run into you, that they're going to run into the same person you was before. They knew that they was putting knives in your back. They knew they was betraying you. They knew that they was deceiving you. They know that they was snaking you. They know that they was going behind your back, talking down on you, starting smear campaigns, just getting all these people to feel some type of way about you. They even put their like the fake role that they played in the ship, they put that, the role that they played, they put that on you. So yeah, they know they put knives in your back, but they thought these knives that they put in your back was going to have you somewhere isolated and somewhere depressed and somewhere can't move, can't live, can't do shit. But they didn't know that the knives that they put in your back, it literally killed the old version of you. Right? Right? So these people, they notice, they started to pick up like, okay, well, maybe, damn, I might have lost her. They start noticing how much time has went past. Now they have their mind made up that they're not kissing your ass. It just is what it is. Right? And they think they about to just go live a peaceful life, go be happy with their other friends, go be happy with their other woman, go be happy with their other family members. And little do they know that God, the reason you were so different and so rare is because God put you in their life as a blessing. You were the blessing. You were the blessing. And instead of handling you with care, they decide to be sneaky, snaky, and slimy snakes. Right? And so, spiritually speaking, the minute you decide to cut that cord with them, the minute you decide to say, you know what, I'm really cool, and you just isolate, but you're not isolated and depressed, you isolated and you learning you chilling with God. You see what I'm saying? And you notice how karma starts beating their ass. Because when God put a blessing in your life, you're supposed to cherish it. The minute you realize your worth and you decide to walk away and cut that cord with them, their karma hit them. Because as a chosen one, and all of y'all might not know what that is, but for those of y'all who don't, you can look it up. But when you deceive, be rude, and mishandle a blessing that God put in your life, and you think you about to go off and have a little fairy tale movie, you're mistaken. And if you never believed in God, you will. You will when you see and you notice and you that your karma depended on how you treated that blessing that God put in your hands. Okay, and so they go off and they act like that whole shit never happened. They act like what they did never happened. They act like how they treated you, it never happened. They act like all of that was a dream. Right? And they just go on about their day. And out of nowhere, everything just starts crumbling. Piece by piece by piece by piece. Piece by piece by piece by piece. Must I mind you, they still think that you are wanting them to kiss your ass, right? So eventually, they get to a point where they start to notice, damn, ever since I been cool with such and such, my life, I'm lost. Damn. I don't know what direction to go. Damn. I don't know what to do next. Damn. I'm fucked up. Damn. It's gonna be a whole lot of dams, y'all. A whole lot of dams. And because they thinking you just the old you, they honestly believe that once they can't take karma no more, that they're going to be able to come and run back to you. Isn't that so funny? Because you got to think, they wasn't there to see the change. They wasn't there when you was having the conversations you was having with God. They wasn't there when you was answering your own questions, when you was figuring shit out by yourself. They thought all along you wanted them to kiss your ass, and whole time You are realizing why people just don't like you. Your family, they don't like you. Your friends, they don't really like you. Your spouse, jealous of you. Envious. People you don't even know. They see you and they don't like you. And the reason why is because they know that you are rare, and it brings out their demons. It brings out their demons. But I'm trying to think if I'm forgetting something. And instead of healing and instead of doing their work, they just want to hate on you. They just want to assassinate your character. They just want to make you feel like shit. They just want to make you feel how they feel. And instead of giving you your props, and instead of asking questions, taking notes, instead of doing that, they'll rather find ways to snake you. Have one up. They go out their way. They go above and beyond. Right? Yeah, so they believe that they're going to be able to come back to you because they think you don't know who they are when you already got them to a T. The way they thought they had you to a T and you just switched it up real quick. You have them down to a T. You know exactly what it is. You know exactly what it is. You're not lost in the sauce anymore. You beat them at a game that you were not even playing. You beat them at a game that you were not even playing, and they fucked around and found out, and that is how they lost the realest thing, the rarest thing that God will ever give them. Know that. And so if you are somebody who is the type of person who, like, you're an empath, you're genuine, observe, take a step back. Take a step back. So you can see what it really is. A lot of times we don't see what it really is because we around the same motherfuckers that's in our ears telling us, making us question our intuition. We around people that when we announce something that we know we seen or something we know we felt, they go against what you know. They gaslight you, breadcrumb you. So it's easier for you to learn your intuition and pick up on certain stuff when you don't have the naysayers around you in your ear trying to make you sound like you might be crazy or trying to make you sound like you tripping. You tweaking. But yeah, take a step back and just let them see how much they really need you and how much you never needed them. Let them see that. And God bless y'all. I will see y'all on the next.